Agn TV connecting actors.
My name is Honorable Obi Kate Okafor, the National Vice President, Actors Guild of Nigeria, Southeast.
My name is Okudile Christopher Ezos. I'm the sole admin, Agn Anambara State Chapter.
My name is Honorable Annie Ekunye, the Chairman, Agn Committee, Actors Guild of Nigeria, 2021 election, February 27th.
The states I'm heading are Anambra, Imo, Ebonyi, Enugu State, and Abia State. 5 states, Southeast.
My job, mostly, I have members, but I'm the sole admin. I'm in charge of everything because of what we have experienced before. We have many issues going on in Anambra State, off and on. So later I was made the sole admin from the secretary to sole admin to be in charge of everything and to make sure there is an election in Anambra State.
Yes, I want to assure you from what is going on now, the election is going to be free and fair. Going to do it in a possible means to make sure the election comes free and fair. That's what we're going to do. I promise that it will be free and fair.
Election is going to be held in 4 states in Southeast, excluding Ebonyi State because they have already done their own. And I thank Mr. President for spacing it so that I can attend or I will be there for the elections.
The names of the contestants for the chairman. One is Evangelist Leo Ewuzie. Evangelist Leo Ewuzie is contesting. Obinna Amoma is contesting. Eman Bonu, known as EMAC, is contesting. These are the 3 people that are contesting for the office of the chairman, Actors Guild of Nigeria, Anambra State Chapter.
My name is Evangelist Leo Ewuzie, the immediate past chairman of Actors Guild of Nigeria, Anambra State Chapter.
My name is Obinna Amoma. I have been a PRO of Actors Guild for some time, for like 2 years.
I want to contest for the office of the chairman, Actors Guild of Nigeria, for a 2nd term.
I want to contest for the office of chairman for Actors Guild of Nigeria, Anambra State Chapter.
I want to contest so I can finish some of the things I couldn't finish while in the office during the last tenure.
So I think I know the loopholes and the issues that we need to solve decisively.
During the dispensation that I worked as the chairman, I had a manifesto that I followed judiciously. And during that time, I had as my duties to achieve unity among the guild members, intra and inter-guild members. 2, artist welfare, capacity building. I love building human beings. Insurance scheme, database, guild house, OCA, employment of our members, improvement on guild morality, then a motion to the State House of Assembly for the guild. These were the things I had in view to achieve while I lasted in office. I achieved all but 2, and those 2 I couldn't achieve were Guild House, OCA, and motion to the State House of Assembly.
Well, when I was the PRO of Actors Guild Nigeria, Anambra State Chapter, I could remember vividly during my manifesto, I promised 4 things. 1, to empower our recipients. 2, to collaborate. Then 3, to promote and to support stakeholders. Now, proudly, I can say, and people can testify, if you have the chance to interview them, that I scored 4/4 during my regime as PRO of Actors Guild of Nigeria Anambra State Chapter.
The edge I have over my co-competitors is that I've been there, and he who has been a leader in a place will know more of the roots to the government, to other people around. Although I took some of them along with me while visiting various ministries and parastatals, but I still think I have better opportunity to act because I already have links established in these ministries.
Well, my leverage over other contestants. One, I am a dynamic entrepreneur. I'm not old, I'm young, and I'm very versatile. I have a success story, and my success story is well written in 4 walls of Anambra State. It's all about dynamism. It's all about teamwork. Because in my company, I don't do things alone. We have team. And that's why till today, we're the best. No matter the controversy, no matter what you must have heard, till today, it's still that old team from 2010 till now. You can ask. Then secondly, we have connection to improve our welfare with the help of friends in government. We have been pushing those buttons even when I was the PRO of the guild. Now, with our leverage and with our contacts, we can give the guild a secretariat right here. Just check out our office, check out what we are planning for the guild. Now, we don't need to go to any beer parlor to be having a meeting of Actors Guild of Nigeria Anambra State Chapter. We don't need to be called hooligans. Secretariat should be our first priority. And we have direct access to achieve it, even within 4 months of our assumption, if we win.
Being a star artist, I don't knock to enter any office. By the time I get to any door, the office door opens on its own, because a celebrity is always welcome. It's an edge over every other person. My face has been an edge to the Actors Guild of Nigeria in visitations, especially in some of the ministries where the commissioners may be recalcitrant on seeing people out of schedule. But whenever we went, we were accepted and embraced because of the face the guild is carried by the persons that visit.
I repeat, you cannot be a professional actor as well do very good in administration. It's not possible. There are 2 different things. It's either you face acting professionally or you face administration professionally.
Seriously, a better person should be a non-star. Reason, if you are a star, 1, you won't have time. 2, you are the mercies of producers. Me, for example, I am a movie actor. I am an editor. I edit my own movies. So I don't depend on producers. I don't depend on in the market or market people. No. That's why I was able to do some certain things If you want to say whatever, I say, oh no, go to hell. I don't have your time. Calling me for a job, or you don't call me for a job, I don't care. But when you have a star, that star there will try to protect his own image, thereby suffering others. So it's more better that you have somebody that is not a star as a chairman, so that he can stand anywhere, not minding what will come out from that producer. So I choose somebody that will not be a star than somebody that will be a star to be the chairman. It will give us edge. Yeah, it's true. Stars open door. Today, wherever I go, my face still open doors. Thank God to DSTV, whatever the old films. My face still open doors. But still, there are some places you like to talk. The producer will look at you, guy, you have been on this seat before. Yeah, you know how you used to do it now, pipe low. I said no. Because tomorrow I'm not coming for a job for you. If you don't come in for a job, I don't care. So it's more better we have somebody that's not a star as a chairman than somebody being a star. Okay, we have some people in the government. I can know about 2 people that are in government that are star, but they are not looking at AGN. They are fighting for their own. How do we progress from there? No way. So it's more better that we have somebody that is not a star as a chairman than having somebody that is a star, in my own opinion. That's the way I see it.
You are asking me why star artists and other bigger faces, big faces don't come to guild meetings and they also don't contest for election. I have this to say. In the first place, these people, some of them feel themselves as institutions that must be consulted or be begged to come into office. And that is because the guild hadn't enough attractions to pull them or draw them. But this time around, I think any celebrity, any big artist that is not joining the guild in their meetings is undoing himself, because there are a lot you gain. For example, you cannot travel outside this country. You can't get a visa unless you have an endorsement, unless you are going not as an artist. But if you are going with that appendage, artist, actors guild, it's not, time has passed when you register and go away. You register and be part of the game. If you are not part of the game won't be part of you. So people might begin to lose some advantages because they are not joining the guild. And then some of them will say, do I have that time to go and spend, instead of going to the field to shoot, to go to location and make money, I will go and begin to. The matter is that some of them are not interested in other people's affairs. For you to contest for an election to serve the people, you must first of all have the people's interest at heart. So if you have the people's interest at heart, you will try to do something to build them up. Like I told you, I love capacity building.
Yeah, out of all my agendas, I think the welfare of actors should be the priority, because you don't expect a student that earns nothing, that his or her hope depends solely on actor, yet he doesn't earn anything from acting after 2 weeks, 3 weeks job. We want to change the narrative, because what we used to have, it's always come and shoot and thank you. We don't want that anymore. What we want is an actor, a registered actor with Actors Guild of Nigeria. If you shoot, you create value for that product. Because without you, the producer or the executive producer can't make anything. Now the scenario whereby the producer used to say, we're helping you, is gone. indirectly, you help the producer to make money. So if you are helping the producer to sell his product, in return, the producer should pay you well. That's why I keyed into to Mr. President's policies, new policies. An actor must always create value for any job done to any producer. That is our top priority. We don't need to call on any person, we don't need to call on any individual whenever we're sick. Hey, come and help me. No. Even without insurance, even without the healthcare plan, an actor, a professional actor, supposed to depend solely on his income. So we are preaching that, we are making sure that this thing comes to light. It's not about campaign promises, because we have been there. We understand the business of filmmaking, the business of entertainment. Without actor, a producer is nobody. Without actor, the film can never be made. Then why must you shortchange the actor? Why must you give him or pay him peanuts? Yet, he contributes solely 85% in your business.
Out of all my programs in the agenda, which one do I think will impact more on the state? Capacity building.
Tell us about it.
Capacity building in the sense that there are a lot I have embedded in it. In my manifesto, I had it as one of the items to train the people, train the members, up and coming actors and actresses, train them at least once in a month without pay. They will come together. I will invite people that will come and teach them. We held some projects like that during my last tenure. We held one on 10th of March 2018, April 30th, 2019. The likes of Teko Benson, the likes of the National President Emeka Rolas, Ken Eriks, the former Commissioner for Youth Empowerment and the Creative Economy, Ugezu J. Ugezu, Emeka Makeze, Collins Mona Gonche, so many of them, including the National President Emeka Rolas, people like Piccolo, them were there to help. Emeka Nwafo was also there. We had plenty of them that I brought in, people who had what it takes to make it in the industry. I brought them to teach these junior ones, to guide them on how they will go forward, on the best way to make it in the industry, to encourage them to undertake ventures into production of films, so that they will understand how these things are done. Under capacity building too, we have secured a memorandum of understanding with the state government through the Ministry of Education. That one will be, we are going to hold kind of competition in all the secondary schools across the state, both government and private schools. We hold this competition. At the end of the competition, we are going to make selections. There will be prizes won. We call it Catch Them Young, and we base it on discipline, rules and regulations guiding discipline in the state schools. So these are the ways we can give back to the society. It's a combination of forces, a synergy with the government and the members to bring on the talents that are yet raw. You know, this particular guild this particular industry is one of the most untapped resources in the national economy. It is a place that people have not usually ventured. If It's a place that people have not ventured much. I have to drag men into the industry to come and invest. As a matter of fact, I have somebody already who is investing, who is coming in to compete with the DSTV, TSTV, the NTA and others that are coming in, people that are wealthy, people that are well-to-do. We may not be depending on certain people for our daily bread. People will call us across the globe for us to come and produce for them, for us to come and act and work for them to make earnings, so that we don't have a monopoly as our dependency.
Last year was filled with a lot of dramas, starting with the postponement of the election, starting to import of alleged members of Actors Guild of Nigeria. In conclusion, we had issues with national list. The national sent the list of almost 230-something people, whereas the state have the list of 100 and something people. Now, the argument is simple. Who are these people? One, how come that the state pays the national and the state is not even with the whole list of its members? Yet the state used to give job and protect the interest and welfare of its members. Now then, our coordinators said that if the list cannot tarry, then let us identify our members. Because if I belong to Onitsha zone, or if I belong to Anambra State chapter, I will belong to a group. The PRO or the secretary must add me to group. One. Then far from that, you pay dues through your state secretary or your state chapter. Now from the state list, these people, all of them, they are not part of us. We didn't see their names. Then I was the PRO of Actors Guild of Nigeria, Anambra State chapter. I have the comprehensive list of our members, because my sole responsibility then used to be adding them to groups, sending text message if the secretary then is not disposed. Now, the list they brought, even the people they brought, we haven't seen them before. They don't even know the past agent chairman, name of agent chairman. They don't even know the slogan of Actors Guild of Nigeria. Yet, they claimed that they paid for the validation. How can you revalidate without being a member? That was where the whole issue started. We have the video testimonies of those people. Now, I told them there that this election cannot hold if you didn't validate the list from national. It's not possible. At the end of the day, they cancelled the election based on the discrepancies. And last time we checked, we received the memo that they are setting up committee to review the election, and also panel to reply people's petition. Up till now, we are yet to receive or see any positive outcome from those reports. Because if you want to schedule the next election, you can't solve a problem without treating the previous one. It's not possible. Now, if you are finding a lasting solution to a problem, first, what caused the problem? Why does National had almost 2,000-something registered members, yet states will be having 100? Now, how can you revalidate your membership without being a member of Actors Guild of Nigeria? It's not possible, it's not workable. If we are pushing for change, we have to be true and honest to our mantra. Because politics can never go well if it is born from sentiment. It's still alleged until the probe panel, until the investigation committee come out with proper explanation of what actually happened during the last election. Then we decide. We have the evidence. We have the video evidence. We recorded the event, the election, from beginning to the end. So I think that was why the election is cancelled.
Now, I did not revalidate non-members. Rather, I registered a lot of new people according to the Constitution. The Constitution says register people who have belonged to one theater group or another, people who have acted in 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 films. Bring them in, students, as long as the person is above 18 years, register. And so I registered. I did not register underage. Neither did I register people who are not lettered or people without talent. What the guild needs are those with talents, those who are lettered, or those who have gone through the theater schools to become members. And I registered them. So the argument was, why didn't you revalidate old members? And I said, people who don't come to meeting, people who don't want to be seen. I'd rather go out and look for those who are eager to be part of what is being done. And so I had to register them. I did not do anything outside the Constitution. I am a constitutional lecturer in the university.
Talking about the last election, the last aborted election, because the election would have gone by now. The election was supposed to be around March last year, before the COVID, but it didn't work as well because of a little hiccup. Some people wanted to hijack the election because of the list of the people that are supposed to vote for the election. So they will have about 200 and something names from nowhere. So because of the chairman's, president's way of doing things, he cancelled the election and decided to conduct the election now. We are going to sort out all these things, who are going to be voted for and who are going to vote. We will paste the list of the people that are going to vote for the election, so that you check your name on time before the election day. We will make sure the election is free and fair, and everybody will be happy at the end of the day.
The question is, how confident am I to win this election? And how do I believe I will win when my compatriots, the people who are with me in the same cabinet, are contesting against me? Well, I took them along the line. The teacher and the student cannot write the same exam. The teacher must always win the student. That is why I am confident. There are certain things I never made open, never made public. There are a lot of things that are inside this coconut that call my head. When I open them up, people will run. At least during the last election that did not hold, the manifesto there spoke for itself. I made it, and people who never believed in me turned around and began to ask questions, and I had the confidence that the people will vote for me into this particular tenure, that I will win.
Yes, I am very confident that I will win this election, because last year, the last election was marred with a lot of issues which our members took notice of. They believe in our free will. They believe solely in our mantra to revolutionize the Thespians. They need change. They don't want to rely on the old ways of doing things, because it's all about their future, it's all about their survival. It's not just all about Actors Guild of Nigeria. It's all about the survival of that pepper seller, market woman that joined the guild, that paid her dues to come and act, and at the end of the day, no job. She keeps on paying dues. We are changing all around, and they believe that with what I have done in 2 years as PRO, that if I am to be the chairman, that I will do the best and I will do better.
The last year election has come and gone because of certain things. Even in election, there must be a problem, and I thank God that it has come and gone. And this year election, I believe and I pray that everything will work out fine. After the election last year, Mr. President set up a committee that will look into all the petitions from Anambra State. And the chairman of that committee is Brown Ikwebu. And I believe that before this election will take place, that they must have sat and submit their report to the national.
About Brownie scrutinizing the last administration, I heard about it, but national did not discuss it with me. I believe they are discussing it with Brownie. It's a job direct to Brownie. It's not in my own job description at all. What they just gave me is to make peace and make sure there's election. So I believe if that petition is still on, they won't put date for this election. That's my own belief. And that's all I can say about that.
Yes, whether I have faith in the new electoral committee, if they will do a good job, as long as these are members of the guild, registered and financially up to date, I know that they have the interests of the guild at heart, and the only thing they will do is to work towards the success and progress of the guild in the state. And as such, I have faith in them that are going to do a good job. They will be unpartisan. Let me put it that way. They will be neutral in their job. That is what I believe. I think I have faith in them that they will deliver a good job. Thank you.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't even know them. I don't even know the Agn members, the chairman or the secretary. And secondly, I heard, as rumored though, that the former chairman, Mr. Lee Ewuzie submitted list to the national as alleged. But at the end of the day, the will of the people must always prevail, just like what happened in the last election. It's not all about knowing who. It's all about legacy. It's all about what have you done to the people. It's all about your manifesto. What and what are you willing to do? Are you a game changer? So whether the past chairman nominated the forthcoming Agn members or not, the will of the people must prevail.
I'm prepared. There's nothing much. We have made peace. Why the election was cancelled before has been resolved. We've made peace among the parties that are involved. Security-wise, everywhere is calm. We are prepared towards that, and no challenges for now. Maybe until the D-Day, but for now, I've tried my possible to make peace among all the parties involved, and security-wise, we are ready for the election.
Having given us the guidelines on what to do, because I want to thank the national president for giving us the opportunity to serve at this particular level, and then we are given guidelines on what to do. The assurance we are going to give you people is that security will be 100% assured, and we are set to take the election to the next level, so that everybody that will see this election in Actors Guild, we know that we did very well, and we'll set it as an example in other states to carry on. So we are much prepared to do the election, and we want to make sure the election is free and fair.
If I don't keep the promise that I have making to the electorate, let them take the best option. There are so many options open to them. They can sign a memorandum of lack of confidence, no confidence. They can write, they can get together and initiate an impeachment. If they have a better candidate, let the person come and take over. But I bet you 6 months, let me say 10 months into this second tenure, there will be applause everywhere, because everything would have started happening. You know, there are a lot of things happened last tenure. We had people who were, using my name, doing a lot of fraud here and there, registering people outside the guild. On the 19th and 20th of April 2018, it was agreed that job permit and work permit will no longer be issued. I stopped it that time, but a lot of people were issuing them the same old work permit because they were still in existence. But now I know that everything that should be done, we now have one voice and one word. The national has downed everything, and I am sure that those fraudulent people will no longer have their way. There was a boy that went to the Facebook and opened the Facebook page, Lee Ewuzie Extension, and was defrauding people through there. And I put my eyes on the ground, and by the time I caught him, I took him to the police. He was there for a weekend. Before he could balance the people, he duped. So because we're having problems here and there, I decided that we are not going to pursue certain things. But this time around, I think the people are educated enough that they know the right things to do.
Well, what I have to tell the members, especially from Actors Guild of Agn Anambara chapter, if by peradventure I win the seat of chairman, and at the end of the day I didn't fulfill my promise, you can do whatever you want to do with me anywhere you see me. But I know that I always fulfill my promise, just like what I did during my tenure as PRO. Actors Guild of Nigeria Anambra chapter. I won't tell you guys.
And you asked me why I scored myself 8.5, and I said there were 2 that I didn't achieve. And you asked which were there. I said because there are 2 items I did not achieve, like I stated at the beginning. Visit to the State House of Assembly, and then Guild House Oka. In visiting the State House of Assembly, I had in mind of getting them through to enact laws that will guide production in Anambra State, that will give us what we want, and then give the state some edge over whosoever might want to manipulate. That is one. And then the Guild House in Oka, we have not been able to secure a land to build our own house. And it is my vision that by the time I serve out, assuming I win, by the time I serve out the 3 years I will be in office, that I would have had a place for the Guild to call their own ground. We will have a place no longer running from one hotel to another, looking for a space to do audition or to hold meetings, or where to host our national officers when they come, or visitors, as the case may be. Before the end of this tenure, if I don't finish Guild House, I would have had a place where the Guild will build a place, or the foundation started, or the job gone halfway. That is what I'm sure of. I've been working towards that. And in this second tenure, I will make sure I round it up. Anambra State will be a place for other states, for other guild chapters to come for lecturing, to come and learn by the time I finish this second tenure. My new manifesto, I've run down the first one. The second one is MOU with the Minister of Education, which I already stated here. We hold a memorandum of understanding with the state government through the Minister of Education. We are going to hold a competition for all secondary schools, all the secondary school students in the school, and I mean in the state. We first of all do teaching of the teachers and get them prepared for the competition. It's going to be a drama competition. Catch them young or get them ready. That is number one. Then synergy with the state government. The Ministry of Youth Empowerment and Creative Economy went into an understanding with us in a synergy. In that meeting, the national president was present, Mr. Emeka Rolas Ejezie, and the veteran director, Teko Benson, was present. Ugezo, Canaries, myself, and some other people were there. We held a meeting at Patonian Hotel, and we agreed to invite people like Sony Pictures, Motion Pictures, Disney Studios, Universal Pictures, Lionsgate Film, and others, Metro Goldwyn Mayer, and others, that they will come down here and make Anambra State the best place, the first name to be mentioned in the sub-Saharan Africa when it comes to movie productions. And we are going to actualize this with the help of our electorate. If you join us, we will make it together. I also have financial empowerment. We have an agreement with central bank contractors who will come to teach us, they lecture us on financial management, ASMEs, loans, and grants. When they come, after we are being taught, they will help us, thespians who are heavily endowed and creatively loaded. We don't need to go and begin to beg people to dash us money in terms of going to work or in terms of somebody being sick. Rather, they will teach us and help us and grant us loans and give us grants that will enable us to produce our own jobs. This has been concluded that those who are interested in production will get together as a group or as individuals who have the capacity and capabilities to do this. We also have a capacity building and human development. We are going to get one day each month to train our up-and-coming actors. We bring them together. To this end, we will achieve plenty, get them, educated, get them trained along the same line that when they go to meet directors on set, they will no longer be afraid. They will know how to, face the camera, what to do and what not to do, that will make the directors fall in love with them. These teachings will come on as part of human development. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, we have these and other policies we are going to pursue. The artist welfare, we make sure that our actors are well fed. We make sure that actors are paid when they work. And on the other hand, we will also make sure that the actors do not cheat the producers and the executive producers. Like some people that will come to take their jobs, take up payments, and then they will not come to complete the job, or they keep the production waiting. We are going to look into all this because the people who are financing these things are also human beings. We will also talk about building the guild house and the plaza. We will have a plaza, we will have a guild, a place where the guild. We have already gone into discussion and negotiations with the Ministry of Lands to give Actors Guild a place in a plum area in Oka where we are going to build our guild house and our plaza. We have a lot of other things inside the complex. God will help us to achieve all this with your prayers and support.
Well, as PRO, I think my scorecard should be 5/10. 5/10.
Why 5/10?
Well, the reason for that is simple. One, because we didn't have a working ESCO, a working executive. It's all about me. It's all about the assistant financial secretary. It's all about the chairman. Categorically, every other post, they are not working. It's either they were in bad terms with the chairman, or they felt that things are not the way they're supposed to be. That is part of reason why I said I will contest. We have to change the narrative. How can you work without your ESCO? How can you work without your executive? Practically, it's impossible because you can never do all. You can never play the part of DGS. You can never play the part of the deputy. Now, we were unable to do account because Financial Secretary Office didn't work for almost 2 years. It's all about collecting money for registration. It's all about paying the national. It's all about paying of dues. Now, how can you question the transparency of those processes if you didn't even allow your financial secretary to work? Practically, it's impossible. So, despite my exploits, despite my projects, my proposals, I would have scored 8 to 10% if the whole executives were on board to push up things. Because as an image maker, how can I defend the post of DGS when we were at the function, no DGS to handle the post of DGS? Practically, it's impossible. How can I defend the image of the guild when during meeting the people were requesting for accounts? We failed woefully there. Because if I'm unable to give a proper image of my people that elected me into office, if I am unable to give account of my deeds, because the financial secretary's office then was not functional, I can't score, and will never score myself so high. Because we tried, but it's not then. It was not good enough. Now, aside my scorecard, if I am to be the chairman of Actors Guild of Nigeria, Anambra chapter, the first thing first, what I have to do first is to take care of my house. The ESCO members, the executives, they are my house. I have to put it in order first. Now, if I cannot promote unity in my own house, how can I preach about unity outside? If I cannot promote unity, if I cannot guarantee welfare, peace, and adequate harmony in my house that is made up of 8 people, how can I lead the people? How can I lead up to 1,000 people? Practically, it's impossible. Now, my main aim, the reason why we preach, the reason why we insist on revolution is we want to change the narrative. I've said that earlier. Changing the narrative is to create value, starting with me, to my executive, from deputy down to the chief whip. Then accountability, second.
Are you going to go to court assuming you lose? Will you fight against the winner? Or will you join hands with the person that won the election to move the gate forward? The answer is that I will join hand and forces with the person that wins this election to move the gate forward. I will even bring ideas I have embedded in my brain that have not been given out. I will give it out to whosoever is the chairman, because we have a target to achieve. Thank you.
Well, at the end of the day, the interest and the progress of the guild is what we are praying for. If the national do the needful, if all arrangements and requirements are met, and the election will be free and fair, then I lost. I will join hands with whoever will be the winner to move the guild force, because at the end of the day, this is my state. This is where I live, and this is where I do business. So any instability to the system will affect all of us.
Well, I have 3 candidates in Anambra State that are contesting the chairmanship election. I don't have any interest in any of them. Whoever that wins the election, I will work with the person. I don't have interest in any of them.
Interest in candidate, no. As a matter of fact, I'm supposed to contest as a registered member of Agn and a hood hand in this business. I'm eligible to contest, but I look at it that no, not now. Let's make some things right So as it stands now, I don't have anybody. I don't have any candidate in mind. All I know is better person to work in there and do what we, the state, want them to do for us.
From this question now, I don't have interest in anybody. Like I said before, I know 3 of them very well. That's why I say they are qualified to contest. I know 3 of them. They are my friends. I don't have any interest in any particular person. As far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm the Agn chairman, election will be free and fair. Whoever that wins will give the person 100% support. I don't have any interest in anybody.
Well, the new Agn that was said by the president, I believe they are going to conduct a free and fair election. Agn Anambara is the chairman of the committee. He's an intelligent man. He's a responsible man. I know he's a no-nonsense person. I know he will do the right thing on that day.
If the vice president had been doing something to restore peace, of course, it's part of my team. She made it possible for us to have this peace too. She stood very well for peace, and that's why we have this peace. So I must commend her. She's trying. She's trying. And I bet that this is her state. That's why she stood her ground for peace and make sure that we must have election. So we work very well. We work very well. We work very well.
During my tenure as a PRO of the Guild, we performed very well. My scorecard, if I have to rate myself, should be 5/10. And the reason for that is, 1, outside my contributions as a PRO, the image maker of the Guild, which I proposed a lot of projects, and 90% of those projects were impacted. Then the issue we had, 1, non-cooperation within the executive, because our chairman then don't want to work with our team. He preferred to do things on his own. So with that, out of we are 9 in the executive. Out of the 9 members of the executive, only 3 were functional. The assistant financial secretary, the chairman himself, and the PRO. Now, how can we move the Guild forward with just 3 escorts? Practically, it was not possible, but we did our best. That's why I scored myself personally 5/10, because I initiated, with the help of my friends, I initiated the actor seminar, which solely our company inside Nollywood sponsored it from scratch. The last seminar we did cost almost 700,000, which 500,000 plus was from us inside Nollywood. Now, a lot of people have been saying that the former chairman, Mr. Lee Ewuzie, paid me 500,000 to withdraw from the race. Then I keep on asking them, on what grounds? 1. Then 2, they should ask him during our tenure, and when I was having him as a PRO, the image maker of the Guild, he used to tell us that there is no money in the Guild. Most of our projects, most of the events we did, we financed it personally. individually. And I don't think categorically that he spent up to 5% out of 100% expenses we made. Yet there is no money in the guild. For him to say that he gave me 500,000 or whatever amount to step down, that means something is fishy somewhere. There is money in the guild. Let's take a case study from what happened during our last election. The state list, it's up to 135 people. But the national brought almost 200. And from our findings, as alleged, and we have the proof that the former chairman paid almost 900 to 1 million to the national account to revalidate non-members of Actors Guild. Why must you be so desperate if the office is not lucrative? Why must you pay such amount of money for new members, whereas you can use that money as well to revalidate old members? It's a simple mathematics. Now we have up to 450 registered members as of 2019. Last list we submitted the national before election, August 2019. I still have the copy here. Now from those lists, why can't you select at least 100 people to revalidate their membership? Now you went to theater group, select non-members and want to use them to election. This has been the problem with Actors Guild of Nigeria generally. Now, if we want to move forward, we have to follow, if how we suggest, Newton's first law. It's the case of inertia. Until an external force acts upon a system, its course can never change. That's why we chose the mantra, we need to create revolution within the guild. Because who pays for the registration? Who pays for the revalidation? Who pays for the dues? Mostly students and low-income earners. Now they pay all those dues. They pay monthly dues, register to the guild. The guild can't even give them welfare. It's very pathetic. Now, instead, as leaders, for us to focus on how to improve the welfare of our already registered members, we are busy canvassing and hustling for how to register new people to get money from them. We don't want that narrative again. We want to change the narrative. Even if we are 500 in number, let us create jobs and create value for 500 actors in Anambra State. Then whenever you flag off our ID card, you'll be proud that you're a member of Actors Guild Anambra State. That is what we are preaching for. And we believe that this thing is workable. Now we are pleading that this scenario, this regime, we cannot accept a politics born out of sentiment, where you can easily give out Agn Anambra State chapter to person you feel that will give you registration money. Let us forget our selfishness at this moment and think about the welfare of our actors. If we're able to create value for our actors, then by tomorrow, by next tomorrow, the actors will create value for the guild. It's vice versa, it's two waiting. And personally, I am pleading. After the election last year, a committee was set up. And up till today, we are yet to hear from that committee. The chairman till now is Agn Anambara to look into the issues of last election and probe the past administration. Now you want to do the next election. You have scheduled it for the next election. Yet you couldn't even tell the people the outcome of the findings from the committee. This is not funny at all. And we are waiting, because if the national or if the presidency cannot do anything about those irregularities, then I have no other option than to seek a redress in competent law court. Because we have constitution, we have rules. You can't just come and do anything and go anyhow. It's not possible. It has been the way they used to do it, not in this arena. Please, I am begging His Excellency Emeka Lulas to do the needful. Let the committee do its work before this election first. Secondly, he should try as much as possible to let the election be free and fair. Thirdly, we have to come to balance between people that will vote during this election. Because from the deadline they gave before we did the first election that was cancelled, and now a lot of people have registered, they validated. Now we need new sets of regulations. Who are eligible to vote? Because you cannot tell me after much irregularities that new people that revalidated as of last month or last 2 months should come and vote for the election cancelled based on irregularities. Please. His Excellency, Anambra State is your home. We live here, we do business here. We understand the politics much better than anyone. I am still begging. Let this be free and fair for the sake of tomorrow. Let the will of people prevail. And finally, let there be transparency. Because our judgment today, or the actions we advise today, its repercussion might not come today, but tomorrow. The politics of body language in Anambra State or in Actors Guild generally should be abolished.
A lot of petitions, yes. Like I said earlier, a committee has been set up to look into all the allegations. So I cannot answer for the committee. The committee have to submit their report to the national. That's all I know for now.
Well, from what is going on in the industry, I will advise whoever is going to be the chairman, the incoming chairman, to look at the industry and see a way to move the industry forward as far as Anambra State is concerned. That's only my advice, because looking at the industry in Anambra State, a lot of things are going to go wrong. So I will advise him to pick up from there and normalize everything in Anambra State.
The rumor about some contestants that have been settled not to contest again, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Like you say, it's a rumor. I don't know about that. Indeed, as in my course of doing this duty, where I think the national are not doing it well, that was in the area of I heard that I was in the meeting. I saw the communicate where they have had an agreement with the censor board, where assuming that they did not do that, where we're having problems is the producers. They are neglecting actors. That's where we're having problem. They are neglecting actors. There are many actors, many of them. Anybody can just wake up today and call himself or herself an actor, start acting. So if the old girls can come together, have one voice, have a center task force that will go around and be checking these people, it will help a lot. So, but since they have had an agreement with the censors board on if you are not a registered member, your movie will not be aired and whatever, I think they have stepped up. I believe with that level, everything will normalize and stabilize.
I don't even think the national president knows me one-on-one. He did this thing because of my credibility. He saw something in me before he appointed me the chairman. So the national president does not know me. Talk less of giving me order or giving me anything to deliver anybody. No, he does not even know. The Mr. President wants a clean, free and fair election. That's why he appointed me, to my own belief. So nobody directed me or gave me any instruction to deliver anybody. No. As far as I'm concerned, 3 of them are qualified to be the chairman of Anambra State. So whoever that wins, I don't have anything against the person.
That there is a rumor going around that the national, one of the contestants, alleged that the national have given me a mandate that I must deliver a candidate. I'm not aware of that. So I'm not aware at all. I've not even heard it. I'm not aware.
No, national did not matter. What they only gave me is make sure there's a credible election. As you said, it's a rumor too. I've not even heard it. And national knew very well. Before I was selected, national knew me very well. I don't dabble, I don't game. I go straight and I walk towards what they tell me. So having somebody in mind to deliver, no.
I heard a rumor that some people are saying that why they want to put that person is because he's very, very loyal to the national and is going to be remitting money, the registration money and the validation money. Please let me make a correction here. National doesn't depend on the registration money or validation money. After all, how many members in Anambra State do we have that have registered and validated in the whole Southeast? None of the chairmen know how many they are in their state. So I don't think that the national depends on that money. No. Any chairman that will rule Anambra State or other states will make sure that there will be a lot of open doors for his members, or for our members. Seminars, productions, have affiliation with the state government, so that at least the members will enjoy and know, yes, they are AGN members. I mean, I will help too as the VP. I am going to be on ground to help the members from Southeast to make sure everybody that belongs to AGN in Southeast enjoys very well. That's my own. So all the ones they are talking is their own business. Because I know the AGM member cannot say such thing. It's people that are not AGM members are saying all these things. That's my own belief. National, I will make working tirelessly. Our president is working very, very hard to make sure that AGM member enjoys whatever they are worked for. And some people are saying they want to remit money or they're remitting money. So I don't want to go into that, please.
Whoever that will pay 500,000 as a bribe for fellow contestant to step down, whatever the amount is, I don't think that person is a true leader, because he is just afraid of facing the field. It's all about pedigree. Now, if you know that people will vote for you, why must you pay for a fellow contestant to step down? Well, you should direct the question to Agn. If personally Agn Anambara declared interest of stepping down or requested for payback. Well, just like I said earlier, the continuity or the future of the welfare of actors in Anambra State is in the hands of the presidency. If they can conduct a free and fair election, a credible election that will be judged from the people, then what is the essence of going for redress? I have said it again and I will still repeat it. If we have to find solution towards this process, what you have to do first is what happened. We should address what happened at the last election. Then when we're able to do that, then this election will be smooth, free, absolute free and fair. Then I can go to court. But if I couldn't get my answers from the presidency, then I have the right to seek for a redress in the competent court of law, because there are a lot of questions that needs to be addressed, that needs to be answered. If the presidency, they are too busy to answer those questions, then I will get my answers from elsewhere. It's as simple as ABC.
You asked, now that I depend on the producers for my daily bread, how can I compel them to abide by the rules and regulations that may affect them negatively as they will think in their hearts, like eating 3 times in a production in a day, and other things, paying up artists the actual fees agreed or approved. What are my strategies to ensure that these things are achieved, or that producers are meant to comply with the guild's demands for their members? All right. One of the strategies is to make sure that there is a synergy between the Actors Guild of Nigeria and the Producers Guild, the AMP. If 2 of them agree together as one, there will be a roundtable conference between the members, between the leaders. It could be called a coalition of guilds and officers. When this is done, including marketers, when this is done, they will be carried along. Everything we agree upon will be abided upon by each member, whether producer, director, marketer, or actor. We are one family, and so we are supposed to be bound together by a common front, a common force. So one of the strategies that we put forward is to make sure that there is a roundtable conference to make the people understand the reasons behind every demand.
Throughout my tenure as PRO, I have promoted transparency. Check my records. From my dealing with CP, Anambra State, from my dealings with Commissioner of Youth and Sports, Youth and Creative Economy, Throughout my tenure as PRO, you never heard of extorting money from our members. You never heard of my company stealing from content producer. Now all of a sudden, during our election, a lot of stories, a lot of propaganda started popping out from all corners. Have you thought of that? Then you ask yourself a question. If there is absolute nothing coming out from the office of Chairman Anambra State Chapter, AGM, why do you have to destabilize someone's business? Why do you have to cook up propaganda just for you to win an election? It makes no sense. Because if truly that you portray the will of the people, if truly that you did your homework very well, then come on pure equity, because equity is all about fairness. And he that must come to equity must come with clean hands. Come and defend your votes. Let people vote for you, that you did well. You don't need to cook up propaganda. You don't need to pay bribes. You don't even need to revalidate non-members just for you to win election. All you needed to do is to convince your people to vote for you. Definitely, they will vote for you because you did absolutely well. If you didn't do well at the first tenor, how sure and how liable that you will do well at the second tenor? We are talking about inertia. I said that earlier. We are talking about changing the system, changing the narratives. People cannot keep on paying for registration fees. It's not all about registration fees. People join Actors Guild of Nigeria because they want to act and they want to earn. They want to make a living from that. And until we realize that our members need sustenance, because without sustenance, how can we sustain Actors Guild? If we keep giving out awards, one day award will finish to people for them to pay us to sustain the guild. If you keep making people ambassadors just for them to pay us to keep the guild alive, one day ambassadorship will finish. Until we come at the round table and realize that we need to empower people. We need to empower our members in order for them to empower the guild. It's just two things, give and take. Then we'll witness the power of growth. At this point, we need revolution, especially in Anambra State, because production started here, commercial marketing started here. We don't need to politicize this. We don't need to promote the norms out of sentiment. All you need to do is to create jobs for members, not hustling for jobs. All you need to do is to provide and protect the interest of your members first. That should be the priority, not otherwise.
My advice to all the contestants is that election is not a do or die affair. If you don't win today, tomorrow you will win. I want all of them to come out and vote so that Anambra will move forward. We are very, very backward in everything in Anambra State. I don't want any rancor on that day. I don't want any problem on that day. I want a peaceful and credible election. And I believe that the Anambarians, Actors Guild of Nigeria, will adhere to that. That's my prayer for them, that no problem will come out on that day. And I believe that, by God's grace, Anambra State will do the election and somebody must emerge as the chairman. And I'm ready to work with anybody that emerges as the chairman of Actors Guild of Nigeria, Anambra State chapter.
What I would tell the electorate is that the security men are there. Let nobody try to do anything that is unlawful. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not interested in anybody. Don't do anything unlawful. Come there, cast your vote, wait there, we'll count the votes and declare the winner. Anybody that goes contrary to that, personally, I won't wait for the national president. Personally, I will treat the person according to law.
You couldn't have had me or seen me if Agn TV is not there. So the motto is connecting actors. Actors Guild of Nigerian Television is a dream come true. So anything you want to do in the guild, you want to reach any artist, connect them. You can easily get to the Agn TV through the SSA on content development.
I can't express how I'm feeling right now because it's unusual, from time immemorial that Agn TV will call me and come all the way from Asaba to grant me interview and to listen to my own side of story, from our saga, political saga, right here. I really appreciate, it's a kind of change we are working towards to achieve. It's kind of dynamism, it's kind of impact, the kind of narrative we want to change down here.
I want to thank Mr. President for creating a platform like this, Agn TV, where we can come out and air our views and make our reports. Whatever you want to do, call them, they will come and do it. Without this Agn TV, I wouldn't have known that there was an allegation against me, that somebody, a contestant gave me money, bribed me to make him the chairman of Agn Anambra State. I'm not even talking of that. They said again that Mr. President have mandated me to deliver somebody as the chairman. So which way? Which way now? Which way? Where are we now? Please, I thank Mr. President for creating this platform, because without it, I wouldn't have known anything. And I believe that with this Agn platform, we are going very, very far. We are going to move very, very far. Whatever you want to do, call them, they will do it. You have a capable hand. I want to thank Mr. President for choosing a man like Soda Face to handle the Agn TV, his SSA on content development. Mr. President, I say kudos to you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I have to commend Mr. President. This is kind of change we are looking for. You are doing well. Thank you, sir. All our agitations are targeted for betterment of the guild, nothing else. Because we need direct and immediate change in narrative. And it has started. Thank you, His Excellency. Thank you, the National Working Executive. And thank you, Agn TV. One love.
My name is Evangelist Leo Ewuzie. Keep watching Agn TV, connecting the actors. And don't forget to subscribe.
My name is Mama Obinna. Keep on watching Agn TV, connecting actors. Don't forget to subscribe.
Once again, my name is Honorable Obike Tokafo, the National Vice President Actors Guild of Nigeria. Keep watching Agn TV, connecting actors. Please don't forget to subscribe.